Hi everybody, Emilie Chamel here for Pink Fresh Studio, and today I am sharing with you a layout I created with the collection Life Right Now, and I decided to go with a sunburst design. I have been really into sunburst lately for some reason. It's not a design that I've been using a lot over the years, but for some reason over the last 2 months it's something that I've been really enjoying, and I wanted to create a little bit of volume. I wanted to create a little bit of interest and texture on my layout with it, so I decided to layer 2 different type of pattern papers. And for that I traced my sunburst very quickly on the first pattern paper, then I placed it over the second one, and I marked all my line with a pencil, and after that I went on to cut it with my craft knife as well as my ruler. Once that was done, I placed one dollop of glue onto the joiny part. This is where the photograph's going to rest. I knew already my photograph was going to go there. But then when I went on to glue the whole sunburst onto my layout, I made a very, very thin line of glue because I knew I was going to use some stitching, some machine sewing onto my layout, and I wanted to have the glue just holding it in place, but the real attachment would be the sewing. So the glue is just there as a safety kind of point, holding it in place, because I want to be folding it up further, later on. So I used a red color thread. I like when my stitching stand up and it's part of the embellishment on the layout. I think it brings a little bit of colour. I rarely go for white stitching and white sewing onto my layout because I want the sewing to be there for a reason. I then went on to fussy cut my title and just chose the best word for my photograph. My photograph is a photo I took very recently. I just took it last week. It's of Sophia, and we've been doing daily walk in the woods, especially over the Easter school holidays, and it's just a little moment we've been enjoying. We've been doing that every day. We've been for an hour long walk. She's been doing absolutely brilliant because she's not even 3.5 yet, and she's been walking very, very well, and we've been loving this moment, and I really wanted to record that experience we've been sharing. So I had 2 photos of her discovering a bench that had been carved, and when I went on to put them onto my layout, I decided to just use the one. I mounted it with double-sided sticky foam pads, placed it on that little area. I told you that would be where my photo would rest. And then I mounted my title with double-sided sticky foam pad also, making sure that I double the layers on the left and the right hand side as we are raising it 1 layer above the photograph. So that means it's 2 layers above from the background paper. My sunburst added a lot of texture and a lot of volume to my layout, also a lot of effect and presence there. So I knew that I would need a minimum amount of embellishment. I don't want to overdo it, But as you know me, I love my florals, so I went directly for those beautiful flowers, ephemeras, and I put them in place. I use my usual visual triangle around my page, so I had one on top left, bottom left of my title, as well as one on the right hand side of my title. I'm playing around and I'm quite happy with some of the positions around the title. It's just bringing a little bit of a girly touch a little bit, and I felt it refined the layout. I also wanted to play with the graphic side of this collection and use that little arrowy tab. The wording worked perfectly with the story. It's all about enjoying moments together, etc. So I went with it. It pops out the red again from the threads. It works with the colour of Sophia's jumper in a photograph, but also it just balances a little bit, because I felt that my flowers ended up being very much all around the left, really. So I'm focusing again on my visual triangle by putting something on top of the photograph. So we've got top of the photograph, bottom left, and then on the right hand side, and just playing along with that. I'm then looking at some strips of word to put underneath the title. It just reinforce a bit of a visual shelf for my photograph, etc. to rest. And then it's a little quick finish off with some epoxy dot in the navy blue, repeating that paper that's on the background that I use for my sunburst. And there we go. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please don't hesitate to check out this collection in the store. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.